Hello everyone, I'm here with my next video on the poem Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. This is for class 10 students of Cbse. Let us first go through the summary of the poem. Dust of Snow is a beautiful short poem written by Robert Frost. This poem tells that even a simple moment has large significance. The poet has mentioned crow and hemlock tree in this poem. Crow signifies his depressive and sorrowful mood, and hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. Both of these signify that the poet was not in a good mood, and so he describes the dark, depressive, and bitter side of nature to present his similar mood. Moreover, he also wants to depict that all the elements of nature have got the power to heal a broken heart or heal a person's mood. Let us quickly read the poem. On the left side is the poem and on the right side is the paraphrase. This is stanza 1 or first part of the poem. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. When the poem starts, the poet is in a bad mood and is walking by a hemlock tree. Hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. And for just an information for you people, Socrates, the Greek philosopher, was given the poison of hemlock tree when he was sentenced to death. Now let us see what else we have for you in the poem. As he who? The poet. As he passes by, a crow happens to move on the tree, thus dropping snow dust on him. Whether it falls on his head or shoulder is unknown, as there is no specific mention in the poem. Also, the readers are left in doubt about the bird's specific action. Whether the crow was landing, shivering with cold, readjusting itself on the branch, or getting ready for flight, it happened to send some snowflakes upon the poet. Here, in this stanza, the two agents of nature, the hemlock tree and the crow, are signifiers of sadness and gloom, just like the poet's mood was in the opening scene. Here we have the second part of the poem on the right side, and on the left side is its explanation. Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. For reasons unknown, the poet was having a very bad day, but the falling of snow on him changed his mood instantly. He had already spent his day in a bad mood, but the rest of it was saved by the crow and the hemlock tree. Generally, hemlock tree and crow are used for negative references, but the poet used them beautifully to portray that inauspicious things can bring joy and happiness too. One must not take things for granted and should be open and accept whichever way the nature chooses to bless us. Here is the poetic device. Let us see the various poetic devices used by Robert Frost in this short poem. First of all, the rhyme scheme. Since there is no full stop in the poem, it goes till the end. Same thought is continued from first line till the last line. The rhyme scheme will be all together. So the rhyme scheme is A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D. Number 2, alliteration has been used. Alliteration is the occurrence of the same letter, that is the consonant sound, at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words. The instance of alliteration in this poem are has given my heart HH sound and saved some part SS sound in this. Number 3 is assonance. The prominence of a vowel sound throughout a line is called assonance. In stanza 1, line 2, shook down on me, O sound is prominent. Number 4, enjambment. When the same sentence continues to the next line without the use of any punctuation marks. Moreover, same thought is being continued from the first line to the line till the full stop comes. It is called an enjambment. It has been used throughout the poem. Now let us start question and answers. Question 1. What is dust of snow? What does the poet say has changed his mood? How has the poet's mood changed? The answer is, the dust of snow means the fine particles or flakes of snow. The sudden shower in the form of dust of snow changed the poet's mood. The poet's mood changed from a sad to a happy one. He felt refreshed and wanted to enjoy the rest of the day. Question 2. How does Frost present nature in this poem? The following questions may help you to think of an answer. What are the birds that are usually named in the poems? Do you think crow is often mentioned in the poems? What images come to your mind when you think of a crow? Again, what is a hemlock tree? Why doesn't the poet write about more beautiful trees such as maple or an oak or a pine tree? What do the crow and hemlock represent? Joy or sorrow? What does the dust of snow that the crow shakes off a hemlock tree stand for? Frost presents nature in very different manner in the poem. Generally, poets take the birds and trees which are known for their beauty and good qualities like the peacock, parrot, cuckoo, nightingale, myna, and trees full of beautiful flowers and fruits, etc. But here, Frost has taken a totally different approach. He chooses a crow which is not often used in poems. Crow is black in color with very harsh voice and is believed to be a symbol of bad omen. Thinking of a crow brings very depressive and sorrowful pictures to our mind. A hemlock tree is poisonous plant with small white flowers. The poet, Robert Frost, didn't choose to use an oak, maple or pine tree. Instead, he chooses the hemlock tree and left all the beautiful trees present in the world. Actually, he did so to present his mood and feelings. The crow and hemlock tree represent sorrow and depression felt by the poet in this materialistic world. The dust of snow is the symbol of natural joy, purity and energy. The dust of snow that the crow shakes off a hemlock tree means passing through the sad and depressing moments. The poet is entering into a time of happiness and positivity. Question 3. What do you think the poet was probably doing when the dust of snow fell on him? The poet was feeling sad. Perhaps so he had gone out for a stroll to change his mood. He was out on the cold snowy day when the dust of snow fell on him. Question 4. What does the presence of hemlock tree tell you about setting of the poem? The answer is, the hemlock tree is a poisonous tree that is considered to be a bad omen. It indicates that the poet was in a very bad mood. Question 5. The dusting of snow on account of the crow helped make the poet's day better. How do you think the crow's dropping might have impacted the poet? The answer is, the crow's droppings would spoil the poet's clothes and hair. It would give a foul smell also. He would have to clean himself. This would worsen his mood. Question 6. The poem evokes a sense of black and white. Justify. The answer is, just like the colors black and white are opposite to each other. Similarly, emotions of happiness and sadness are also opposite to each other. The poet's sad mood changes to being happy when the dust of snow falls on him. Thus, these opposite emotions can be specified through the colors black and white. Question 7. Dust of Snow is one of Frost's most loved poems. Elaborate why you think this is so. The answer is, the poem expresses the poet's feelings very well. He uses simple words to express a very minute feeling which is very relevant for him. He says that nature has great healing power. The poem has rhyme which makes it lyrical. The poet has used many other poetic devices like synecdoche, alliteration, and imagery. All these make it one of his most loved poems. Question 8. Simple moment proves to be very significant and saves rest of the day of the poet from being wasted. Explain on basis of the poem Dust of Snow. The answer is, Dust of Snow is a beautiful poem written by Robert Frost. This poem conveys that even a simple moment has a large significance. The poet mentioned crow and hemlock tree in this poem. Crow signifies his depressive and sorrowful mood, and hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. Both these signify that the poet was not in a good mood, and so he describes the dark, depressive, and bitter side of nature to present his similar mood. The poet says that once he was in a sad, depressive mood and was sitting under a hemlock tree or walking under it. A crow sitting on the same tree shook off the dust of snow, small particles of snow that remained on surfaces after the snowfall on the poet. This simple action changed the poet's mood. He realized that he had just wasted a part of this day repenting and being lost in sorrow. But the change in his mood made him realize that he should utilize the rest of the day in some useful activity. His sorrow was washed away by the light shower of dust of snow. His spirit was revived and he got ready to utilize the rest of the day. Thank you. I hope this video was useful and helpful to you all. Please like, share, subscribe, press the bell icon for the latest notifications. And yes, please give your wonderful comments. They really are motivating and encouraging. Thank you. Bye.